So, where did you grow up at in Kansas, and what was it like growing up?
I grew up right here in Manhattan.
Oh, really?
Yes. And went to school at Marlatt, and it was a much smaller town when I grew up, in the 70s and 80s. And we didn't have as big of a military influence then, or college influence. They were a lot smaller. So it was very easy to get around town. You could get across town in 10 minutes or less. There were, let's see, there was 2 more elementary schools than when I grew up here, and then 2 brand new middle schools. So not as many students, but very close-knit town where everybody kind of knew everybody. And we were really excited when new people would move to town. That didn't happen much.
You have traveled to different states such as Vegas to teach. What brought you back to Kansas?
To raise my family back in the Midwest and close to grandparents and family. So,
Do you like that your daughters are growing up in the same town that you grew up in?
Yes, because we kind of know everybody, my husband and I. We both grew up here, and so we can keep a close eye on everything that's happening because they run into people that we know all the time and see people out, so I like that a lot. And then some of the teachers that I had have retired, and one is a para now, and so she had me in 3rd grade, and so that's just fun to see.
You're teaching your daughters too?
Cool. What's your favorite thing about teaching in Kansas?
I love Kansas. I love just being here and being able to give back, and just the richness of having farming communities and having the college life now here, and just that it's the Midwest.
Yes. What schools have you taught at in Manhattan, and which one has been your favorite?
Well, when I first started teaching in Manhattan, I student taught out at Ogden Elementary School, right outside of town, and I wanted to come back and teach there so bad when I lived in Las Vegas, because I wanted to come back and make a difference. And so I was fortunate enough to be able to, when we moved back, teach out there. And I taught there 7 years, and then I was able to help get full-day kindergarten going in Manhattan. And so I went ahead and moved into town to teach at a school that was really close to my home, because my oldest daughter was little in elementary school then, and it just made life a little easier. And I taught at Bergman, and I loved teaching there then too. And so I loved them both the same. I kind of love wherever I'm at, and now I just love being up at K-State teaching. So,
did you ever teach any of your daughters?
I did. I took my oldest, actually, when she was in kindergarten. They didn't have full-day kindergarten in town, but we had a special grant for it out at Ogden. So I took her with me out there every day and took her to kindergarten, and then in 1st grade she moved back into town to her home school, which was Marlatt, where I went to school at the time. And then we moved right by Bergman School, so then she went there. So.
Did you enjoy teaching your daughter?
I loved it.
Really?
I loved every minute of it, yes, and getting to spend time with her, and because she'd always been in having to go to daycare, for age baby to and so I got to spend an entire year with her and have lunch with her, and I loved it. So, and I was fortunate enough though that I team taught in a large classroom of over 30 kindergartners. Yes, and we both had student interns, so there were like 4 of us teachers in the room, so she had all of us, and so that was nice that it wasn't just me. So
how do you like teaching at K-State now?
I love it.
Compared to like elementary?
I love it. It was a learning curve to get used to just a different pace. but I love working with young people, and I feel like it keeps me on top of my game, and learning new things all the time, so.
Well, do you have any more questions?
No, I think that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.